Hey guys, it's Shannon, and I've been AWOL recently. I don't really have an excuse, to be honest. Just lost my motivation a bit for everything and anything, really. But I'm getting back to it, so today's video is going to be a testing Primark makeup video. I've got a whole load of stuff here. I actually have enough to make another video of Primark makeup, so if you want me to do another one, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, so let's just get into the video. Okay, so I'm going to start with applying my primer. So this is the PS Matte Primer. By the looks of it, from the packaging and stuff, all of the Primark makeup is cruelty-free, which I think is pretty good. I'm just going to put this on a brush. Okay, so this is quite thick and silicone-y. Can you see it on top of the brush? So this is quite thick, almost thick and silicone-y, like I just said. I like to repeat myself, apparently. So I'm just going to apply this to my face. Oh, about to forget to take that out, are we? So once again, my mirror is up leaning against my computer's monitor so that I can use it for a light, but I actually have a little handheld mirror down here that I can look into, but I can see this mirror now because apparently I like to make things more complicated. I want to know how your guys' week's been. Like I said, I've lost my motivation for most things at the moment. Don't really know why. But I'm sure I'll get it back. Just got to kind of throw myself into it and it will come back. That's how it usually works. Okay, so this is a matte primer, and I would say that that's a very good matte primer. Mattified my face very well. I'm just gonna. Okay. Yeah. So that mattified. I can't speak today apparently. That's mattified my face. So now I'm going to move on to my foundation. So the foundation I got is the PS My Perfect Colour Matte Foundation. Now this is in the shade Porcelain, which I believe is the lightest shade they do, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be too dark for me. Okay, so it has a pump, which is obviously really good. I'm gonna just use my Real Technique sponge to apply it all over my face. It kind of has a weird smell. I can't really tell. I can't tell if it's a weird smell, if it's just like foundation smell. Okay, so as you can tell, I haven't used a colour corrector or anything because I just wanted to see how it covered with when I haven't used colour correctors. Plus, I couldn't find one from Primark. So almost everything I'm going to use today is from Primark. The only thing that I won't be using that won't be from Primark is my eyebrow pencil, because they had eyebrow pomades but they were way too warm toned for me, and I knew if I got it I'd look like a prat, so I decided to just not get it. But this foundation actually seems to be a pretty good tone match anyway. It's not blending out too badly. So it's a natural to medium coverage, so that's good. But to be honest, it's actually a pretty good. There we go. Okay, it's right where my nose stud sits is always a bit of a pain in the butt to get foundation into. So it's actually covered quite a bit. So it hasn't covered like this little breakout I've got down here on my chin. Let's just put a bit more on there. See how that goes. Guys, me and Mad Matt go away like 2-3 weeks and I have done nothing. I've packed nothing. And usually when I go on holiday I like to be pretty prepared and pack way in advance. But the washing machine we used, because we live in, like I've said, we live in like one room, so we don't actually have space for a washing machine, so we use my auntie's and it's broken. So we haven't actually been able to do any laundry for a while, so we're literally hand washing stuff because we just like put it in the bathtub and fill the bath with hot water, and I'll wash powder and the fabric softener, and that's how, and like we're standing there stirring it basically. It's like making clothes soup. But that's how we're having to do it at the moment, just because the washing machine's broken. Okay, yeah. I think I used 4 pumps to do my entire face with a sponge. So obviously the sponge is going to absorb some. So, and I'd say that is definitely a medium coverage for definite. I wouldn't say it's a natural coverage because it has like putting that little bit extra has covered the blemishes I had on my chin, and it's covered any like veininess that was in my face. It's covered the redness I normally have in my face too. So I'm very impressed with the foundation. We're just gonna see how it goes. It's blended out really nice, and it actually matches, which I'm shocked about, because in the bottle it does not look that light. I know it looks really light with the lights, but it doesn't look that light in reality, and it's definitely matte, Okay, so next I'm going to put on concealer. So this is the PS My Perfect Colour Liquid Concealer Medium Coverage in Porcelain. So apparently there is vitamin E and aloe vera in this. And I'm just going to put it under my eyes. That's the applicator. Pretty standard. It's not like a doe. Well, it's kind of like a new doe foot that I've seen a few companies use. For like lipstick and stuff, and concealer, obviously. That seems a little yellow for me, but hey, we'll just see how it blends out and see what the coverage is like. Again, I'm just going to use my Real Technique sponge to blend it out. I'm pretty impressed with that. Again, definitely medium coverage, but it is buildable because this eye is a little bit of a weird shape, you can tell. So this eye is a little bit of a weird shape, so I always have trouble blending it here, and I usually end up picking some up as I'm trying to blend it out. But I just put a little bit more on, and it's blended out really nice. So next I'm going to go in with the loose mineral powder, again in porcelain. Buildable coverage, matte finish, oil free. It's a powder. Why would you need oil and powder? Am I just being an idiot? Probably. That just went everywhere. Okay, I'm just going to dump some out into the cap. Which apparently is a process. So I am just going to try and bake with it just to see if you can. Don't really know if you're supposed to, but hey, why not? Might as well try it. Don't really know until you try things out. I'm also just pressing it into where I get oiliest, just because I know what my skin's like. And during the summer and spring, my skin changes. So just sort that out. Okay. The little plastic thing, it's actually quite thick, so I feel like it's going to be relatively easy to just yeah, so it's pretty easy to just put the thing back on it like that. Now I'm going to go in with the My Perfect Colour foundation, pressed powder foundation, just where I haven't put any powder yet. Can't open it. Okay, so there's a little plastic thing in here and a sponge, but I'm not going to use this. So it's in the shade Porcelain, so that's what it looks like. I'm just going to take a brush. Oh, it's a bit, can you see that? Yeah, it's a bit dusty, so I'm just going to dust it on my forehead. So because this is a powder foundation, it's going to add a little bit more coverage to my face. I just wanted to see how well it worked and whatnot. My face is very matte right now. So I would say that this loose powder is not good for baking. Because my sponge was obviously wet from water and from the foundation itself, there are like spots of powder on my face. Let's see if I can adjust the lighting just so you can see. Can you see there's like spots of powder on my face from baking, from where the powder got wet and then I put it onto my face from baking, obviously. Put the light back up. So I'd say that it's obviously a good powder, just don't use it with a sponge for baking. Use like a dry sponge. Use a dry sponge or a brush, I'd say. Not that I know what I'm talking about. Next, I'm going to move on to doing the rest of my face. So I have a few things to try out. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some bronzer. So I have the PS Fierce bronzing palette. Yeah, PS Fierce bronzing palette. I love the packaging. As you can see, it was £8. This is what it looks like on the inside. There's 4 bronze shades. Well, actually, maybe even like 3 bronzer contour and 3 highlight. So I'm just gonna go in with this shade right here and bronze up the face. The bronzer blended out really nice onto my skin. I feel like that one's a really good shade for me. Maybe I can try one of these contour ones. I got some new brushes as well. I wanted to try out these fish ones. So I'm gonna give this one a go. I don't know what's going on, but for some reason this side does not want to blend out. This side blended out fine, but this side doesn't want to blend. So who knows what's going on there. I'll just move on for now. I would say that the shade I used for contour is a good shade. I just wouldn't use that brush again, I don't think. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to blush. So I have the actually I have both, but this is the light pinky one. I don't think they have names, to be honest. I wish they did. So it's the PS Double Take. You've got blush shades here, and then you've got eyeshadow here. I don't think I'll be using the eyeshadow today because I have eyeshadow palettes to try. So I'm just going to use a blush shade. And I think I'm going to go for the blush shade named Smart Talk. It's this one right here. I really like that. That's brought a very nice flush to my skin. I don't know what else I can say about it really. I like it. Can I say any more about it really? The next I'm going to go into highlighter, and I brought a few different highlighters. So I brought the Opal palette, which, you know, I'm pretty sure we all recognise that this is supposed to be a dupe for something. And I also brought a couple of these little boxed highlighters. I brought Frosted. I did buy another one, but it's over there, I'm not getting it. And then I brought an ultra highlight, and this one's in Brunch Club. Now, on the internet, they don't actually have the boxed highlighters, they only have these, so I'm wondering if they're changing their packaging. The only thing is, this packaging feels very, very cheap. But to be fair, £3 for a highlighter, you're gonna have cheap packaging as long as it glows. Who cares really? Oh, there we go. So now I just gotta figure out which one I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna swatch the palette. I will say they're very soft. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you put your finger on them and they feel soft. So, the shades we have are Game Changer. And then we have Glow All Out. And then Spotlight. And then Blinding. So, they're nice highlighters. Considering I paid £5 for the entire palette, they're good. They're nice. I'd say I'd use them for more of a tone, like a everyday, no makeup day, that sort of thing. Get off my hand. Hey, this sponge came in handy for something. Okay, so now I'm going to swatch the little boxed one in Frosted. Ooh. Right, this one is a lot of glitter. That is blinding, but there is a lot of glitter on that. And then I'm going to swatch the one in the little thing. I do have more shades, but I think I'm going to save them for when I do the next video. So this is in the shade Brunch Club. Whoa! That is gorgeous. Okay, I think we found our winner. Wow, that was awesome. Get off my hand. Okay. So, I'm just going to apply the highlighter with a fan brush. It doesn't appear to be showing up all that well with a fan brush, so I'm going to try this kind of brush. It's very much not the glow I was expecting. When I swatched it, that was really glowy, but this is going on much more subtle. Ah, there we go, that's better. Once again, I was just applying it wrong, but it's still not as glowy as I thought it was gonna be. Don't get me wrong, it's a good highlighter, it's just not as glowy as I thought it was gonna be from that swatch. But this is why you can't trust swatches all the time. Because, like, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna build for a while with anything, especially eyeshadow. But you saw how glowy that swatch was, and it's not like that on my skin. It is now because I've spent the time to build it up. But this is why sometimes swatches are just kind of pointless, to be honest. I know I've done swatching videos, but that was more to show off the colours and the collections and stuff. But like when I applied them to my face, they applied totally differently. Which I know I've done the Revolution swatching video and then I haven't followed up with the eye looks. It's coming. I'm still editing it. It's like over an hour's worth of footage. I'm still editing it down. It's coming. Okay, highlighter's on. So now I'm just gonna set my face really quick with the matte setting spray. That's what it's called. Do I have to shake it? Is this one I have to shake? Some of them I have to shake. I have to shake it. Okay. I should reshake them all anyway, shouldn't I? Okay, so here's a bowl. Whoa, that was a hose. Holy hell. Whoa, that was so hose-pipe-like. Oh my God, I don't even know if the camera's gonna pick this up. Let me try and turn the light down a bit. And then... Oh, it is picking it up. Look! God. Okay, I'm going to turn the light up better now. There we go. That's still not light enough. Hang on. Let me just get this off my hand. It smells nice though. It doesn't taste that great though. Oh, up. There we go. That's better. Okay. But yeah, it smells nice. It doesn't taste nice, but it smells nice. I suppose that's all matters really. Okay, so now I'm going to try out some of the eyeshadow palettes. I do actually have false lashes to try, and I know these are Girls with Attitude ones, but they were in Primark, so they count. I do have Primark ones as well, which I'll probably try in the other video. Okay, so I'm all sticky now. Why did that make me sticky? Okay, so I have a few palettes. A few palettes to test out and try. So I have the Wild Love, Nude Basics, Tropical Storm, Dark Wonder, yeah, Dark Wonder, Cool Suede, yeah, and then just this big nudes palette. And I also have this, which was reduced. It's the Mickey's palette, and it's all it's all glitters and shimmers and stuff. So today I'm gonna go for the Cool Suede palette. So there was plastic things in all of these palettes with the names on, but with the little ones, the names are also on the back, so I got rid of the plastic. This palette was £8. Probably said here. They also have a, I think it's Warm Suede. I think that's what it's called. So the first colour I'm going to go into is Swish, which is this one up in this corner. And I'm just going to take that onto a fluffy brush. Do you like my new brushes? They're so sparkly. I love them. So I'm just going to go and swish. They're dusty, but they're not too dusty. The only quib I have is that there's no mirror. In terms of like the packaging, I don't have any issues with it. I actually don't mind cardboard packages. I actually find them a bit easier to just transport because they're so light. The only issue is obviously there's no mirror, but when I've got my little travel, I haven't showed you yet, I got this from Primark as well, and it's a Mary Poppins one. I just realised I hadn't shown you. When I show my mum, she's gonna go crazy. She loves Mary Poppins. The original, she hasn't seen the new one yet. Okay, so next I'm gonna go into Sandstone, which is literally this colour here, just the next one along. I could have shown that a bit better, couldn't I? There we go. This one. This is the colour. I'm hoping to get the Revolution video up in a week or two, so that should be up soon. The only palette that's not included in that video is the Shook palette, but you'll see why I didn't end up doing that one yet, but I will do another video on it. So that's quite a good shade. It has deepened up my crease a little bit. I actually quite like that shade, so I'm just going to go to the next shade along and deepen up the crease further. I'm just using the same brush for all of these except for the first shade. So this one is just a little bit of a thinner brush. This one was just a big fluffy one. The colour I just used was Flirt. Next I'm going to go into I'm going to go into Shell, which is this colour right here. Bear in mind I'm holding the palette upside down, so it's this one up here. And I'm going to take a smaller brush to do what I want to do with it. Considering this palette's called Cool Suede, there's quite a few warm toned shades in here. That's that done. I think next I'm going to go into, just put that there. I'm going to go into this shade. What shade is this? Sugar Walls. And you can see why it's called Sugar Walls. Oh wait, no, I was going to use the Mickey one. I'm going to use the Mickey one. I'm not going to use that colour now. I'm going to use one of the colours from the Mickey palette. I'm going to go for this nice purple right here. Okay, so that's the purple. I'm going to go back into that Cool Suede palette and just blend out the edges and make it seem a little bit more seamless. But I am actually going to use that Sugar Walls colour in the corner of my eye. That is my eye look mostly finished. I kind of want to apply the mascara and the lashes before I do the under of my eyes. I'm just going to quickly do my eyebrows, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I have done my eyebrows. I put some like underbrow highlight stuff on. So now I'm going to do mascara. So I have the thing I just dropped. I have the PS Fake It False Lash Effect Extreme Volume Mascara in black. This was £2.50, and we're just gonna see how this applies. Oh, can you see that? Can you see that? Right, so this is the way the wand looks, but can you see there's like a big blob of mascara at the end of it? And I just know that will end up all over my nose. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, so if I look down, can you see? I can't see if you can see. So this is not a fake it, a false lash effect mascara. I will say that is not the effect I get from this. It's a nice mascara. I personally like the effect of it just because I prefer a mascara that's a bit on the more subtle side rather than over the top, she says, with over the top lashes. But I actually really like the formula as well. It's not too dry, it's not too wet. I really like it. Yeah, there's not much more I can say about this really. It's nice. But definitely not volumizing. Lengthening, yes, because my lashes are so long, but hang on. Can you see that it's under my eye? But that is probably user error. Actually, it's definitely user error. So I'm just going to take a little spoolie brush and just brush away. Actually, while I've got the mirror this close to my face, I'm going to turn up the brightness on this. Nope, that's down, that's up. And I'm going to have a good old look at this foundation. Right. So it's held up really well. As far as the eyeshadows go, there's a little bit of fallout under my eyes, but nothing too drastic. Once again, that powder, do not use it with a wet sponge. You can really see that Well, I can anyway now. Yeah, I actually really like this. There's a lot of glitter on my face though, but that is from the eyeshadow. And I know that for a fact because I used a glitter eyeshadow. See? So I know that for a fact, so I'm just going to try and sweep that away as best as I can. Yeah, okay, so that sweeps off really quick and easy actually. Sweep away from my face. Yeah, the glitter sweeps off quite easily actually. The blush I really like. The highlighter I like, but not as glowy as swatches. So be warned, not as glowy as swatches. Needs building if you want a very glowy highlighter, obviously. I'm impressed with the bronzer, and that contour was fine for me, but for some reason it just doesn't want to blend on this side of my face. As far as the foundation goes, I actually really like it. I know it's settled into some of the lines up here, but every single foundation I try does that, and I feel like this is a really good match. And for £2 fit, was it £2.50? Am I just totally wrong? Was it £2.50? How much are you? You don't say. Crap. I don't have the receipt either. Let me just look on the website. While that loads, love this palette. I love it. I can't praise it enough. I love this palette. However, this was very underwhelming for me. I was so excited about when I saw this palette. I was so excited. And I opened it up. I was like, yes, I'm going to love this. I'm going to love this for pops of colour, especially during the summer. Look at those colours. I put it on my eyes and I was so underwhelmed. Like, this is with a wet brush. This isn't with a dry one. This is with a wet brush. And I'm so underwhelmed by that purple. And I was so excited for it. Okay. Ah! Drop the palette. The only thing I wish Primark did was delivered. But then again, they'd have to put their prices up for that. The concealer was £2. And again, I'm actually really impressed with that. I'm very chuffed with that. We'll see how it wears because I'm going to keep it on for a few hours. £3, sorry, not £2.50, £3. For a £3 foundation, I really can't complain about that. I like it. I'm gonna put my nose down. Oh, it's buried. Never mind. Right, so I'm just gonna put the lashes on because I will not be able to do that on camera. Because I always struggle with lashes. 20 minutes later, the eyelashes are on. Pretty sure I didn't do them right. Certain I didn't do them right, but I don't use lashes a lot, so this is the best I could do. I did actually get one of the little boxes to keep them in, so that way I don't have to keep trying to put them back in the packet. And like I said, I brought another set of lashes, so it means I'm not gonna have to keep two boxes roughly. Oh, and plus, if I feel like, hey, I'm gonna get into lashes, I can get some more. Okay, I know I keep like looking off to the side instead of at the camera, and it's because the mirror is directly behind the camera and just making sure that everything's focused in shot. Anyway, so I'm gonna try a PS lip liner and crayon duo. I saw these and I thought they were pretty cool because it's like everything you need in one little thing. So I'm gonna give this a shot. Ooh. So let's just roll it up, see how much product you get. Okay, so that's how much you get in the lip liner. Just to clarify, I can see the lashes. Like, I'm looking down, I can see them. I am not used to this. It's like in my field of vision. And then that's how much you get in the crayon. When I was putting these lashes on, I did flatten them a bit, so I curled them. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that, but I did it anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to apply this. Oh, this is in the shade dark pink. Okay, so this is the makeup look pretty much done. Once again, my lips are uneven, but nothing new there. I feel like these lashes are like weighing my eyes down. I'm just gonna curl them again just to see if I can stop that. If I'm not supposed to curl them, let me know, and I won't do it. But I feel like curling them would like help them meld with blend. That's the word I'm looking for. Blend with your eyelashes a bit more. Ooh, my eye's starting to water now. Just to clarify, that's nothing to do with the makeup. It's just hay fever season. It's allergy season. God. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of colour under my eye. Let's start with the base. So the primer was very matte and very silicone-y, and it's actually pretty similar to my MUA pot thing. So the fact that that one, oh, I can't even remember how much they individually cost. I'll leave everything in, well, I can't leave everything in the description, can I? Because you can't get any of this online. I'll leave a link to Primark's UK website in the description box so that you guys can have a look at the palettes and stuff. But the primer did what it said it would do on the tin. It mattified my skin. It's filled, I think it's filled pores. Hang on. Feel my nose. Yeah, it filled my pores in, so it did what it said on the tin. The foundation, again, I actually really like the foundation for £3. I really can't complain because it's matte. It's not sinking too badly into the fine lines on my forehead or around my mouth, and I really like it. We'll just see how it wears and we'll go from there. I really need to stop looking in that mirror. The loose powder, I would definitely say don't use a wet sponge to bake. If you're going to use it for baking, use a brush or a dry sponge, because otherwise it just leaves splotches on your skin. But other than that, I really liked that powder, and it wasn't too messy, and it had like a thing, and the sieve was pretty good because it didn't let too much out at once. The highlighters, I was underwhelmed by the highlighters. I thought they were going to be a bit, bam, there's the glowy, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they're buildable, because not everyone is looking for a bam highlighter. Some people want the highlighter where you have to build it up a bit. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just not what I was expecting. Yeah, so sorry, my sister phoned. So the highlight being buildable, not a bad thing. It's just not what I was expecting from the swatches and stuff I'd done of it even. I only used one. The blush, I really liked the colour. I really liked that little palette. I'm going to try the little, let me get it out, come in. Oh, I really liked that powder, the powder foundation I put on the rest of my face that I wasn't baking on, because that added just a touch more coverage. However, looking at this now, it's oxidized a little bit on me. But I can just mix it with, I thought it was going to be a bit dark for me anyway, and that appears to be the lightest thing they do, but if this holds up, then I can just mix it with some of the lightning stuff I have. So anyway, so back to this double take thing. I'm going to try out the eyeshadows at some point, but I really like these blushes. Look, like that one I definitely would not be able to pull off as a blush, but the other three I would, and I used Smart Talk, which is this one, and I really like it. So I really enjoyed that. The Fierce palette was awesome. I really liked the bronzer and the contour. Again, just for some reason wouldn't blend on my face. The mascara, I really liked it. It's just not what it says it is. It's lengthening and not volumizing. But for £2.50, I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. I prefer that anyway. The lashes, they were fine. I think they were relatively easy to put on. These were the Girls with Attitude Fantasy Princess lashes, if that helps. What else did I use on my face? Concealer, I said I really liked it. I'm pretty sure the only thing that underwhelmed me, like massively so, was this. I actually really didn't like this. Because looking at those colours, you think they'd be a bit more impactful, and they're not that impactful. Like, looking at my eyes now, they look almost like a matte eyeshadow rather than a metallic or glitter. They don't look like what they do in here. And that was using it wet. But that's just my opinion. I really need to stop looking into that mirror. I really like this. I think it's really convenient. As you can see, it's really pigmented. I just really need to learn to draw my lips properly. I really need to do it properly. But I think it's really convenient because you can just chuck this in your handbag, take it with you. You got a lip liner and a crayon with you. But I will leave in the description box how well this all held up. I'll wear it again before I upload, and you know, I'll wear the foundation and stuff again before I upload, and I'll let you know what I think. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up for me. If you're enjoying my content, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, and you'll get notified every time I upload a video. Currently, being a bit sporadic with the uploads, but hey ho. What can I do? Well, I can do a lot about that, but what can you do about it? Nothing at all. Leave your video suggestions in the comments down below, and let me know if you've tried any of this makeup and you really liked it, or if you completely disagree with everything I've just said and you think it's all a bunch of crap. Yeah, I hope you're all having a lovely week, and I'll see you all through the screen. Bye guys.